Hi everybody, bit of an update on the C180 m271 engine. This is the 2004, so it has the early generation of the sprockets and also the slider here. So I've fitted the lock in place. This blocks the two camshafts completely into their correct position with the timing marks, so that you can continue with the work around the fitting of the timing chain. Well, I've decided now to replace these two cam phasors or cam adjusters. I'm concerned about the play that is in them. Not much, but I don't think that is good. And this one here as well. So I've ordered the two new adjusters. They'll be here in about 2 weeks. They're pretty pricey, about $400 shipped here to New Zealand. But I was more concerned about this one. But if you're going to replace one, you've got to replace two. So I'm replacing them both. And also I've got a new thermostat as well. I thought I might as well replace that while I'm at it. So my next stage is going to be to drain the coolant so that I can remove this front cover here. I'll leave the cam adjuster magnets in place. I don't need to disturb those. I'll just unplug this connector here and just pull this piece out of the way. Then I'm going to come down here and take this little plug out, and then I'm going to put a small bolt in there with a nut and ease out the there's a little pin which goes into this hole behind that little cap. That'll then allow me to replace this slider down in here. I'll have a go at replacing this slider. This one is fixed. It's got 3 pins holding it in, and I think that's going to be a bit more difficult to do with the crankshaft pulley in place. But I'll have a good look at it anyway, see what our chances are. This one here is very easy to do, especially once I've got the adjuster removed, because there's just the one pin with it swings on with the tensioner, pushes it out this way to keep the chain tight as it comes around up onto the top of the exhaust adjuster. This is the inlet one. So those of you that are buying these, this one here is E. It's got a big E stamped on it for the inlet, and this one here is the exhaust. It has a big capital A stamped on it. You can buy them separately, but I think unless they were really new, I would think that with the mileage I've got, 180k, what's the sense in having one which has got, which is new, and the other one which has already got 180k on it? Although I'm quite happy about the condition of the teeth on the sprockets, I understand that the newer ones are hardened, extra hardening, I should say. These ones here are manufactured in 2002, and the ones I'm buying hopefully are manufactured in 2019 by the looks of the date on the sprocket adjuster. So I can't really do too much until those arrive, except just dismantle this front area here, and I'm sort of a little bit in limbo for a little while. But if you're going to go about this job, I think really just go ahead and replace these adjusters anyway, especially at this mileage. Even if the teeth look good, you've still got the wear and tear of the actual hydraulic mechanism inside there. What tends to happen is there is a pin with a spring on it that is moved by the hydraulic pressure, and it tends to wear into a backing plate and tends to make it elongated, which gives you the sloppiness. The hole is no longer a round hole, it becomes a bit oval, and I can't see that is going to improve. Over time it's just going to get worse, and then you get to the point where it's going to cause whipping on my new chain, which will cause it to start to stretch prematurely, I think. In fact, the reading I've done, some people believe that it is the actual movement in these sprockets as they wear that tends to work the chain, causes the chain the problems with the stretch, and can also lead to the chain failing. So that's an interesting idea. So I haven't really got a firm idea at this stage, but I'm definitely going to replace these adjusters. They should be here by June 1, which is a couple of weeks away. And then I can start to box this bad boy up and hopefully get it to run. It just seems pointless to put it back together again with my new chain and tension and everything and have this sort of noise here, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a noise which I'll hear, and it's going to cause problems. There's no doubt about it. This is not good. This one here moves, but it's really tight. Takes a lot more effort to move it. So the spring in there seems to be quite strong. Probably this one will be okay, but I'm replacing them both anyway. Everything else is going to plan. And thank you very much for your interest in this engine. I know there are people out there that are looking at doing this job on their own. It is doable. I suggest you buy this tool. This is an important tool. It attaches down here onto the top of the head and keeps everything nice and secure. Also, of course, you need the cam chain link remover or separator, and also the cam chain link riveter tool package. They're important as well to buy. So when I get a bit further down the path, I'll make a very clear series of instructions on how to work those two tools as I fit my master link back into the ends of the chain here, and proceed in boxing things up. So that's a little update on where I am at the moment with the C180 Mercedes compressor, which is the supercharged engine here. I see some people actually reduce the size of that pulley there, get a bit more boost out of the old supercharger. But I think at this stage I will leave that as it is, leave everything stock. But it sounds like it can add quite a bit of performance to the engine. It may put a bit of stress on it as well. Okay, thank you for viewing, and I'll see you a little bit later on.